A stepped shaft is subjected to a transverse load of 8 kilonewton as shown in figure. Full stop. The shaft is made of steel. With ultimate tensile strength of 400 MPa, 400 megapascal. Full stop. Determine the diameter of the shaft. Based on a safety factor of 2. Count down the sketch. This is D by 10. Yeah. Can you see the sketch? Yeah. Is it clear for you people? Is the sketch visible? Yeah.
The top part is not.
Is it visible?
The top part isn't visible, sir.
Top part is not visible. Now?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yeah. This is 2D. This is diameter D. This is diameter D, and this is 2D. Okay, noted. This is 250 mm, 100 mm, 125. This is radius of D by 5. This is D by 10 is the radius. 8 kilonewton is the load acting on the shaft. Are you there with me? Have you noted it down? So this we call it as end A, and this we call it as end B. That means there is a shaft which is mounted between two bearings, and the shaft is being loaded at some distance. On the shaft, load of 8 kilonewton. Okay? Please look into the book. I'll go through the problem again. A stepped shaft is subjected to a transverse load of 8 kilonewton. This is the transverse load of 8 kilonewton. The shaft is made of steel with ultimate tensile strength of 400 megapascal. So you are given with sigma u is equal to 400 megapascal for the shaft material, and we are expected to use a factor of safety of 2. Okay, so therefore our sigma max is going to be equal to sigma ultimate divided by factor of safety, that is 400 divided by 2. So therefore sigma max is equal to 200 megapascal. Okay, so with the limitation of maximum stress to be induced as 200 megapascal, we need to find out diameter of the shaft. Are you all there with me? Are you all there? Probably I'll write this the other side there. That is sigma u is equal to 400 megapascal. Factor of safety is equal to 2. So therefore sigma max is equal to sigma ultimate divided by factor of safety, that is equal to 400 by 2. So therefore sigma max is equal to 200 megapascal. So with the restriction of maximum stress to be induced in the component as 200 megapascal, we need to find the diameter of the shaft. Are you all there with me? Are you there? Keep observing on the screen. Okay. So the same problem, I can convert it into something like this. So there is a reaction at the bearing, and there is a reaction at the bearing A. So this I call it as RA, and this I call it as reaction at bearing B. Okay, is it visible for you people? Is it clear there? Yeah, Siddharth?
Yes, sir.
Is the things clear?
Everything's clear.
Yeah, right. Now the load is acting somewhere there. The load is 8 kilonewton. Okay, so they've been with the load of 8 kilonewton, and the distance with reference to the load line from bearing A is 250 plus 100, that is 350 mm. And what is this distance to bearing B? What is this distance? What is this distance? Someone please speak out.
50, sir.
Huh?
150.
150, yeah. So that is 150 mm. So there is a simply supported beam with a load of 8 kilonewton. So what this 8 kilonewton does is it will bend the beam. Okay, it will bend the beam something like this. Okay, so there is going to be bending stress. That is one thing. Now we need to find out the bending stress is given by what? Bending stress is given by bending moment divided by section modulus. Okay, so we need to find, since there are reactions RA and RB also, we have to consider those forces also and find out the maximum bending moment. Okay, and then from using the maximum bending moment, we need to find out the diameter of the shaft. Now there are two parts. One is the part B there, and another is with reference to left side of the shaft, that is part A there, bearing A side and bearing B side. Because radius is different over here, and you have got RB and RA over there. So we need to consider two sections, one with reference to bearing B, another is with reference to bearing A. Okay, so now our first job is to find out the reactions RA and RB. So how do we find RA and RB? So use our basic engineering mechanics knowledge. Take sum of vertical forces equal to 0, taking upward positive. So when I do that, hey Rishi, yes, switch off from your audio and video. Rishi, yes, sir. Oh, Rishi, switch off audio and video. He is not there at all. Anyway, so when I take that, equating vertical forces equal to 0, what I have is RA plus RB is equal to 8 kilonewton. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Hey, Rishi, mute your audio, okay? Yeah. RA plus RB is equal to 8 kilonewton, I can take. Now, taking sum of moments about any of the points, say I take point A there, moments equal to 0 by taking clockwise positive. So when I take moment about A taking clockwise positive, I have 8 kilonewton, which is in clockwise direction of rotation. So therefore, 8 kilonewton into distance is equal to 350. And with reference to A, my reaction RB is going in counterclockwise direction. So therefore, it is minus RB into, what is the distance? 350 plus 150 is 500. That's equal to 0. Give me the value of RB now.
Sir, now it's going down out of frame.
Okay. Is it
Yes.
okay? Now okay? Is it okay?
RB is 5600. Sir.
How much RB?
5600.
56 kilonewton. So I take it as 5600 newtons. So what is the value of RA then? RA will be equal to
2400 Newton.
2400. Okay. That is 8 kilonewton minus 5.6 kilonewton is 2.4 kilonewton. That is 2400 Newton. Now I have got reactions RA and RB. Right. Now you consider end B now. Okay. So up to that is the finding of reactions. Now we need to take up end B now. So consider end B. Okay, so it is like, stepper shaft subjected to transverse load. Okay, so when you consider end B, right, so sigma max is equal to, okay, K sigma into sigma nominal. Now, my job is to find out first the K sigma value. So, how do I find out K sigma? For a stepper shaft under bending moment, so we need to find out D by D ratio. So, what is D here? Capital D is 2D, small d is D, so therefore D by D is equal to 2. Next, what we need to find out is R by D. What is R here for section B? R is equal to what? R is equal to, what is the radius for second end B?
D by 2.
D by 5 it is, actually D by 5, okay? If you are taking it as D by 2, please change it, it's D by 5 there. So it is D by 5 into D. So D and D gets cancelled. What I get is 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 is nothing but how much? 0.2. Okay. Now give me the value of K sigma for this.
1.45.
1.45 is what we have got. Yeah, I have taken 1.44. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 1.44 or 1.45. What is the figure number?
I am using different handbooks. Sir. I got online.
But you will not get that handbook in the examination. So take care. Whatever I have supplied to you, use that
Yes, sir.
handbook. If you do like this, then you will be in trouble. Then ask for data handbook, other data handbook. Then their editions will change. Then you will be in trouble. Yeah. Yeah. Someone give me the figure that
Sir,
we
we
need
can
to.
consider any one end, sir.
Yeah.
We can consider any end. Any of
No,
the
no, we have to, because radius is different in both ends. We have to consider diameter. We have to find out diameter with reference to both the ends. Okay,
Yes,
both end B and end A we need to consider and find out diameter separately, and whichever is bigger we need to use that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now give me the figure number. 1.44 is correct. What is the figure number for a stepped shaft under bending? Yeah. Give me the figure number there. It is 2.25, correct? Look for R by D of 0.2 and D by D of 2. Give me the value of, yeah, somebody else give me the value there. Other than Shivam Sundriyal. Somebody else please give me the value of K sigma. Somebody else give me the value of K sigma. Tarun, Chinmay, Siddharth. Someone please give me the value of K sigma. Refer figure 2.25. Are you referring or you are not referring? Let me notice that.
Yes, sir, reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.4.
1.434.
Yeah, somewhere around 1.43 or 1.45, referring to figure 2.25, correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
Figure 2.25. So we get K sigma to be equal to 1.44. So sigma max, we know sigma max is equal to sigma U by F4S. That is equal to K sigma is 1.44 into nominal stress is M by Z. Okay. What is the bending moment now? So we need to find bending moment for here. So we have RB, and with reference to the part B there, so the bending moment is going to be RB into 150. Okay, that's going to be the bending moment. Are you there?
So we won't consider 8 kilonewton.
Yeah, we will take it up later next step. Okay, first we are with end B over there. So with reference to end B and the shaft over here, okay, it is RB into 25. Correct? So therefore the bending moment is RB into 25
So
divided.
what about 8 kilonewton?
Yeah?
8 kilonewton, we won't consider that.
No. 8 kilonewton is distributed or taken up by bearings A and B. How much they have taken is obtained by reactions RA and RB. Okay?
So we
Right?
have only two forces now. We have
Yeah,
only
we
iron.
have two forces as of now. This 8 kilonewton is distributed to two bearings. But essentially, the job of bearing is to absorb these loads only. So this 8 kilonewton, the bearing A has taken up 2,400 Newton, and bearing B has taken up 5,600 Newton. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Right. So when you consider the end B, so we have RB, that is 5,600 Newton, and distance is 25. Okay. So RB into 25 will give us bending moment divided by pi d cube by 32 will give you the diameter. Is that okay?
So the top portion is not seen.
Yeah?
The top portion of the screen is not visible, sir.
Okay. Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Where are we now? See, we need to find out the nominal stress first. Sigma nominal is given by sigma nominal is equal to bending moment divided by section modulus, correct? So how do we find bending moment for end B is we have RB into 25 is the distance where there is a changeover of cross section. So therefore, bending moment is equal to RB into 25. That is RB is how much? 5,600 Newton into 25. What is the value of this now? What is the value of M here?
$14 into 10 power 4.
14,000 Newton. millimeter. Okay. So substitute 14,000 Newton millimeter.
One more zero will come.
Yeah.
I remember. 14.
Yeah.
10 power 4, sir.
Oh, 10 power 4. One more zero will come there. Okay. So this is the value of bending moment. Substitute over there. So sigma u by FOS is 200. We know that's equal to 1.44 is K sigma into RB into 25 is bending moment over there. Or I directly use RB as 5,600 into 25 mm into 32 divided by pi dq. So what is the diameter over here? What is the
So can you
diameter?
bend the screen a little more, sir?
Pardon me?
Can you bend the top portion is still not, it's cut half, sir. Can you bend it?
Yeah.
No,
one
sir.
second. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
What is the diameter over there?
$21.73, sir.
21.7. Yeah. That is 21.7 rounded up to
Millimeter.
into mm. Anybody? Any doubt? Anybody? Any doubt? I'll explain it again if you are noted down, because these are all very important problems. I'll explain again. Have you all noted down?
Yes,
1
sir.
minute, sir. 1 minute, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, here we'll take the larger value of diameter, right? From
Yeah,
both P or
definitely.
L.
So now next what you need to do is consider reaction A. RA into changeover of cross section is 250 mm over there, okay? So RA into 250 will be the bending moment for end A. The remaining procedure remains same. D by D you have to find out, R by D will change. Instead of 1.5, 1 by 5, it's going to be 1 by 10. So that is for 0.1 radius. R by D ratio of 0.1, we need to find out K sigma. Anybody? Any doubt here? I'll go through again. Please look at the boards, look at the screens, don't rush. So this is the given problem. This you can convert it into reaction RA and RB with reference to A and B bearings over there. So RA and RB are the reactions, 8 kilonewton is the load, and 8 kilonewton is acting at a distance of 350 mm from bearing A and 150 mm from bearing B. That is 25 plus 125. Now we need to find out reactions using our basic mechanics knowledge. Okay. So take vertical forces equal to 0 by taking upward positive. When I take that, RA and RB are positive, so therefore RA plus RB. Okay. Minus 8, so that I have taken it out of the equals. So it's going to be RA plus RB is equal to 8 kilonewton. Now take moment about A by taking clockwise positive. So we have 8 kilonewton acting in clockwise direction. So 8,000 into 350 or 8 into, I can say, I'll just put here as 8,000 because I've taken Newton over there. 8,000 into 350 minus, because RB is acting in counterclockwise direction with reference to A. So minus RB into distance is 500 with reference to A. So with that, we will get RB value as 5,600 Newton, RA as 2,400 Newton using this equation. Okay, from this. Okay, then consider end A over here. Sigma max is K sigma into sigma nominal. So for K sigma, D by D we need to find out, R by D we need to find out, find the K sigma value. And nominal stress is bending moment divided by section modulus. Bending moment is with reference to end B, we have reaction RB, okay, and distance of 25 where there is changeover of cross section. So therefore, we need to take RB into 25 as bending moment, substitute in the equation and get the value of diameter. Now, similarly, we need to go for end A. So how to go for? So consider end A now. Okay, consider end A. All right. So again sigma max is equal to K sigma into sigma nominal. So K sigma max, it is 200 megapascal. So that we have already found out. That is equal to 200 megapascal. Find out K sigma value. For K sigma, d by d is going to be 2d by d again. That's equal to 2. Then r by d is equal to, r is what now? D by 10 into d. So 1 by 10, that's going to be 0.1. So what is the value of K sigma? Use same figure, 2.25. Get me the value of K sigma.
1.74.
Yeah?
1.74. sir.
Yeah, exactly. Others, please look into and check. 1.74 is correct. Others, any doubt in taking that value there? Others, if you have any doubt? Rishi,
Yes.
Dineshwar.
So for R by D, how did you take? I didn't understand.
R is given as d by 10, no? R is given as d by 10. And in denominator I have d. D and d gets cancelled.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And here also d by d gets cancelled because capital D is 2d given in the problem. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So K sigma is how much? 1.74 from figure 2.25. Now sigma nominal is what? Sigma nominal is m by z. So m is Ra into 250 mm. Okay. So that is Ra into 250 mm divided by pi d cube by 32 is the section modulus. What is Ra? Ra is 2400 Newton into 250 into 32 divided by pi d cube. This is sigma nominal. Okay. So sigma nominal we know, K sigma we know, sigma max we know over here. This is sigma max, sigma u by FOS, K sigma, sigma nominal. Then substitute all these three into the equation of sigma max is equal to K sigma into sigma nominal and get the value of diameter. What is the diameter?
37.6.
37.6, that's exactly correct. 37.6, that is 38 mm. Okay. Others, please follow. Sanjay Gowda, are you able to understand? Sanjay Gowda?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Alap Mundiur, could you get it?
Yes, sir.
If you have any doubt, please let me know. It is simple, though the problem looks a bit complicated. It is quite simple if you go step by step. First is to find reactions, then take only NDA as a step-put shaft. Okay, we have only RB force. So with reference to a step-put shaft subjected to reaction force there, so find out the maximum stress. So you can find out D by D and R by D ratio, get the value of K sigma, and then get maximum stress is given in the problem. We need to find diameter. Similarly, come to NDA, we have RA reaction that is acting on here. So RA into 250 mm will give us bending moment. Okay, bending moment. K sigma, again D by D and R by D ratio, get K sigma. Sigma max is sigma u by FOS, that we know. So from there, you can easily get the value of diameter. Anybody, any doubt? Okay, if you are finished, we will go to the next problem. Shall we go to the next problem? Check on this problem. This was asked in July 16 for 14 marks. Take down. A load of 4000 Newton. A load of 4000 Newton. A load of 4000 Newton on a simply supported shaft load of 4,000 Newton is acting on a simply supported shaft as shown in figure. As shown in figure. As shown in figure. Full stop. Find the radius of the fillet. Find the radius of the fillet. Find the radius of the fillet at the left side of the shaft. Find the radius of the fillet at the left side of the shaft. If the maximum stress at the left fillet, if the maximum stress at the left fillet is equal to or is same as that of the right, is equal to that of the right, is equal to that of right side. Okay, full stop. Take Q is equal to 0.95, small q. You just take this, I will tell you what it is. Okay, okay. Take down the sketch over there. Take the sketch. Take down this problem. This is diameter 50. This is 75. This is 50. This is end A, end B. So this you can convert it into
Sir, on the right side, what is it? R is equal to?
R is equal to 11 mm. Noted down? Noted? Finished, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'll go through the problem. Please look into the book. A load of 4000 Newton is acting on a simply supported beam or shaft as in figure. Find the radius of the fillet at the left side of the shaft. This is what we need to find out. If the maximum stress at left fillet is same as that on the right fillet. That is the problem. And take Q is equal to, what is the value of Q that's given there in the problem? Is 0.95. Okay. So what is this Q is all about is that it is called notch sensitivity factor. Okay. That is how much, what is the degree of effect of presence of this notch, whatever change of dimension over here will have effect on stress concentration factor is what is called as notch sensitivity factor. So when notch sensitivity factor is given, our stress concentration factor actual is given by 1 plus Q into K sigma minus 1. Okay, this is what. So far we have been finding out K sigma, that is the stress concentration factor. When we have notch sensitivity factor given, that is the degree to which this stress concentration, the degree to which this stress concentration factor will have effect is what is given by notch sensitivity factor. That is notch sensitivity factor. Okay, so when I find out K sigma, I use the 0.95 and then find out K actual. So this is going to be the stress concentration factor that we are going to use for further calculations. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing what we need to do is we need to find out what is that K actual. Okay, so now we have on the shaft given as R11 being given. So I find out D by D, that is D is how much? 75 given in the problem. What is the smaller diameter? 50. So what is this value? 1.5, correct? Are you there with me? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then what is R by D on the right hand side? What is R by D? 11 by 50. What is the value of this now?
0.22.
0.22. Now for this, get me the value of K sigma. Again it is stepped shaft subjected to bending moment. Again refer figure 2.25. Refer figure 2.25 and give me the value of K sigma. Yeah, what's the value of K sigma? Make it fast.
1.36 or 67, sir. 1.37.
Yeah, I have taken 1.38. Okay. So 1.38 I take. Others, Any doubt in taking that value?
No,
Others?
No, sir.
No problem. Are you getting the same value there? 1.37 or 1.38?
1.37. Yes, sir.
Okay. So 1.37 or 1.38. So therefore, my stress concentration factor actual is going to be 1 plus Q is 0.95 given in the problem. K sigma is 1.38 minus 1. What is K actual now?
1.36.
1.36 is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
1.361.
1.361. Okay, so that is K actual. This is the stress concentration factor that we use because regarding this Notch sensitivity factor, we'll go in detail in our next module. Okay, as of now, you just understand that the Notch sensitivity factor will give us the degree to which the stress concentration factor will have effect because of the presence of Notch. So if you see theoretical stress concentration factor, it is 1.38, but actually its effect is only up to an amount of 1.36. Is that okay? That's what is the importance of Notch sensitivity factor. Note down up to this. Then we'll go further. Note down up to that. We'll go further after this. So those of you who have finished, give me the value of RE and RB. By using the sum of vertical forces equal to 0, acting upward taking positive, and then sum of moments about A equal to 0, taking clockwise positive. Give me the value of RA and RB. Very similar to what we did in the previous problem. Yeah. Give me the value of RA and RB.
Sir, R is 1666.67.
1666.67. I take it as 7 Newton. RB?
RB is 2333.3.
Yeah. Others, please find out. Please find out and get the value of RE and RB. In the next class, we will complete that problem. Or if you can complete using the same concept, use sigma max equal to K sigma into sigma nominal. Okay, you'll get maximum stress. So maximum stress, from maximum stress, you have K sigma into sigma nominal. Find out K sigma again for that maximum stress. Okay. By taking RA over there, and the left hand side radius is what we need to find out. So maximum stress you will get using this K actual into sigma nominal pi d cube by 32 Z section modulus. We can find out sigma max. So that sigma max is same on left side of the bearing also, the left side of the shaft. So left fillet also. So that's what is given in the problem. So equate sigma max is equal to K sigma into sigma nominal on bearing A. Okay, you will get new K sigma. We know d by d 75 by 50. So with this d by d and K sigma value that we have found out for sigma max, you can get the value of R by d from figure 2.25. So small d is known. You will get the value of radius of fillet. Okay, so complete this problem.
So we'll be using the K actual for the left side also or not?
See, we have to use K actual only from now on. Okay. So once we use K actual over here 1.36, you will get sigma max. Okay.
Yes, sir. No,
Okay.
I'm talking about the left side, sir.
Yeah, on the left side, on the left hand side, what will happen is for a sigma max, you will get some value of K sigma.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So for that K sigma only, find out D by D and R by D ratio.
Okay, that's what I was asking, sir.
Yeah, it is whatever that you get, because already we have considered K actual here.
Yes, yes.
So again, you need not consider again second time. So you will, whatever the K sigma new value that you get, so go to figure 2.25 for a D by D of 1.5, get R by D, and from there you will get the value of R.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Others, please find out reactions. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Yeah, answer your roll call. Quick, okay? Fast. 1,
Answer.